Good morning, everybody. We are back today with another webinar from a series of webinars that are there to provide you with a lot of information about our programs and our partnerships. My name is Vesna Tchaikovska, and I'm the University Pathway Coordinator at ILSC. Joining me today, we've got a special guest, Maria Duarte, and she's from Torrens. She's the Business Development Coordinator at Torrens University. She will discuss mainly general programs, scholarships, and basically the articulations from ILSC and Greystone College to Torrens University. If you have any questions throughout this presentation, please feel free to pop them in the Q&A, and towards the end of the presentation, Maria will take some time to attend to those. So hope you enjoy it, and we all hope that we'll learn a lot from this presentation. Thank you, Maria, and welcome.
Thanks so much, Vesna, and thanks everyone for watching this presentation. We're going to go through a fair bit of information, so please jot down your questions in the chat box. Really happy to answer any questions that you might have towards the end of the presentation. We'll have some time for Q&A. But I'll get right to it because the presentation is quite long. There's a lot of information, as I said, and I'll go through things in a very general way. So you might have some questions that are more specific to yourself and to what you're hoping to do in terms of your career path and your study future. So Torrens University is one of the newest universities in Australia. We've started in 2014, but from the get-go, Torrens was very strategic. So they've been really agile in buying colleges that were already established, and those colleges now form some of our faculties. So despite the fact that we are such a young university, we still have a lot of history, and the courses really have a fantastic reputation. So I will go through the faculties in a little while, but I think it's really important to let you know a bit more about what we do and how we do it. So at Torrens, we really love our international students, and one of the benefits I think of studying at Torrens is that you will have a really rich and diverse international mix. So you will have students from all countries in your classes and on campus. As you can see here, we've really grown. It's quite impressive, I think. I know I work at Torrens, but even if I didn't, I think it would be so impressive to know how much the university has grown, not only in the domestic market, but also in our international students. As you can see here, we have students from over 118 different countries and from 6 continents, as you can see here on this lovely map. So this means that you will have a real international experience as a student at Torrens, and we do things with a global perspective. The whole point of you studying with us is for you to then start your career. So we want you to be able to do this in Australia, in your home country, or in any other part of the world. So it's really important that the courses and your learning environment have got a really global perspective so that you are ready to go wherever you choose that path to start. As mentioned, despite the fact that we're such a young university, we have really achieved many things in these last few years. So as you can see here, there are a couple of stats that we have. So these are just a few statistics that really demonstrate how far we've gotten in such a short time. One of the things I'll ask you to check out here is the industry placement figure. So as you can see, we have industry contacts. This is a really important part of the way that Torrens does things, but also something that's very important for yourself. As you know, to get ahead in your career, it's really important to know people within industry, make yourselves known within industry so that you can really progress. And we're really fortunate that at Torrens, our lecturing staff is amazing. They've all had experience in industry. We also have teams, like a team called Success Coaches, for example, and the Success Coaches role is to help you be more employable. So as you can see, we have a real industry focus at Torrens, and this is something that we would hope would allow you to be successful in gaining the first steps in your career, which is why we have such a great success rate in terms of employability and graduate outcomes. Many of you will be already in Australia. Those of you watching from overseas, here are a few points as to some of the advantages of studying in Australia. I'm sure that you're well aware of these things, but some of the things that I hear students really speaking very favorably about studying in Australia is that they are able to work part-time while studying, and this really helps with, you know, financing their stay or their studies, or for students to start saving to better their futures. So at the moment, it's actually, I think it was announced this week, the government has been a little bit more flexible in terms of the work hours that our students are able to do. Normally, students can work 20 hours a week. At the moment, the government has has made that a little bit more flexible. I'm not sure how long that's going to go for, so it depends on when you're watching this presentation. It's important information to check out on the appropriate websites, or to speak to your education agent. But I think it's something that really shows that our government really wants our international students to start coming back into the country and to study with leading universities. There's other points here that you can see, and another one I'll mention is the post-study work visa. Again, I'm probably not the best person to speak to about visa issues or questions, but please speak to your education agencies, because the postgraduate study work visa is something that's really beneficial. It means that you can work full-time after having studied in a higher education course for 2 years. So this is something that many of our students do, and something that really helps them start cementing their career path, really progressing within their profession. At Torrens, I think we are the university with the most campuses around Australia. So as you can see here, we have campuses in Adelaide, Brisbane, Melbourne, and Sydney. You can also see the different faculties that are available in each of those locations. And I can confirm that we've got Lura there as well. So sorry, Lura is part of, it's in New South Wales, and that's where our Blue Mountains courses are delivered, the majority of. It's really fantastic that you have the option of studying at any location as long as the course is available. So you can really broaden your experience here and really decide for yourself where it is that you'd like to start your career path. So if you're interested in any locations, happy to chat with you in terms of what's available where, but this gives you a really good overview of the faculties and courses that are available on the different campuses. So I'll just give you an overview of our faculties and of the different courses that we offer. Very generally, we have faculties in business, design, education, hospitality, and health. We also have an English college that will really focus on our faculties at the moment. So as you can see here, our business faculty, as well as our other faculties, they start from diploma level, and for business, we have diplomas or undergraduate courses, postgraduate courses, as well as research courses. So you can study from any level, from a diploma through to a PhD. You can see some of the areas of specialization under those titles. So we've got undergraduate and postgraduate. With our undergraduate courses, this includes diplomas, associate degrees, and bachelor degrees, whereas the postgraduate courses include graduate certificates, graduate diplomas, masters, and masters advanced. So this just gives you a real overview, and it's a very summarized version of some of the things that are happening within industry. it's really important for us, as I mentioned, that you not only hope to study with us, but that you are successful in finding work within your profession. So um, to be part of these statistics, we have lots of different resources available for you. As I mentioned, we have a team called Success Coaches. They will help you throughout your journey at Torrens University, whether it be, how to create your LinkedIn profile, or how to um, create a CV that is, for the Australian standard, because it's quite different to apply for a job here in Australia in comparison to other places in the world. So these are things that they're details that you might not really think about, but they're details that are very important in you being successful in getting a job after you graduate, or sometimes even while you're studying. So we mentioned that we have undergraduate and postgraduate courses. Here you can see an overview of some of the specializations that we have. For all of our undergraduate courses, it's really important to mention as well that you would, if you're studying a bachelor degree, you would do an industry placement. So this will allow you to start getting started. Industry placement is a real for you to get that experience, but also to start making those industry contacts for yourself, um, as well as being able to add this to your CV. And whether it be here or in your home country, having these kind of positions within your resume or on your LinkedIn will be very beneficial, as I think we have some of our industry contacts you can see here. And as you can see, they're really impressive names. So you'll see this reflected in each of the faculties that we'll go through. Um, but many of these names are internationally recognized names. So they're things that will be of benefit wherever you choose to continue your career path. Our Faculty of Design is one that has a variety of different options for you. Like the Faculty of Business, we also have undergraduate and postgraduate courses. And you can see here that the college that forms the faculty, or that is part of the faculty, is Billy Blue College of Design. So Billy Blue, if you mention this name within industry, people will know who you're speaking of. We've had incredible success, or Billy Blue has had incredible success in the past, and now it's continued that success as our Faculty of Design. I know that with lots of our international students, design might be something that they come to after having studied something else, or because it's not considered such a traditional area of study in their home countries. As you can see here, design is a very, very successful industry, and there is a lot of demand for both the courses and areas that we specialize in. But you can see here some of the stats that show how successful this industry is and how much work there is in each industry. Here are some of our career outcomes. So this again is some of the specializations that we have at Torrens. And you can see they are so diverse and very specialized. So we have several different areas of specialization within our bachelor level degrees. And we also have a few postgraduate courses available that are also very niche areas. So you'll see that the areas that we offer are areas that you might not find at many other universities. They're all industry run, or they're sort of developed with industry. That's a better way of explaining it. All of our lecturers have worked in industry. Again, you'll hear me say industry a lot, and it's because we've got a big focus on you being able to get a job in what you study once you graduate. As I mentioned, some of our industry connections for design, if you're within this area, you'll recognize many of these names. And again, they are companies and organizations that have international recognition. So having something like this, one of these names on your resume will obviously showcase that you are a candidate who should be taken seriously for any position. Design in general is an area where we really aim to be ahead of the pack. So it means that you will be not one step ahead, but hopefully 10 steps ahead of what's going on, so that you can really be prepared to get the best jobs possible. Hospitality is an area, as I mentioned before, most of our hospitality courses are available at the Lura campus, which is in the Blue Mountains. And Blue Mountains is the name of the college that forms the Faculty of Hospitality. So again, if you do some research and look up the Blue Mountains International Hotel Management School, you will find incredible accolades that we've received, some of which are listed here. And the areas that we offer are really also quite specialized. This is one of the most reputable colleges that you will find for any hospitality course. And as you can see here, this is an area where there is a lot of opportunity and real possibilities for students to really move and progress their career. Some of the areas of specialization are listed here. As you can see, hospitality, not many people really think about it and see all the possibilities. These are several of those possibilities. And for hospitality, sorry, we offer courses at undergraduate and postgraduate level as well. So you can see that there is a lot of opportunity. And again, these might be areas that traditionally in our home countries aren't really considered careers as such, but you can see that there is a lot of different choice there, as well as areas with so much demand. Here's a little bit about our Lura campus. So if you choose to study an undergraduate course at the Blue Mountains or in our hospitality faculty, you will do this at Lura campus with the vast majority of the courses. So as you can see, it's a residential campus, which is different to our other campuses. This is the only residential campus we have. And it's a really shining example of how we really try and have our students really put into practice all their learning. So it's very important for us that our courses are practical and that you are applying all the theory to practical learning. This again means that you would be ready to go and start your job and your future career as soon as you complete your studies, and very often once you are in those last years of your course. And again, more industry contacts here. As you can see, they're amazing opportunities. And I'll just show you a little map here that shows some of the placements that our students have had. As mentioned, it's not just Australia that we think of. We really have a global perspective, and you can see that some of the alumni placements that have been achieved aren't just here in Australia, but at very internationally recognized organizations around the world. Lastly, I'll speak a little bit about health. So our health faculty has obviously grown tremendously in the last couple of years, and we have both traditional health courses and also ones that are more holistic. So you can see here the areas of study that we have, and we have undergraduate courses in all of these areas, and we also have a master's degree which specializes in public health. You can see that we also have very different areas of specialization, but the one that has really grown in the last couple of years has been nursing. Our other courses have also grown significantly, but nursing is our most popular course and might be one that is of particular interest to some of the students watching this presentation now. this gives you an overview as to what some of the other specializations delve into. We have bachelor degrees, and the majority are either 3 or 4 years in duration. These are located in different faculties, but you can see if you go through that little checklist, um, the areas that you can work in are really specialized. So having a degree in something as unique as naturopathy, for example, will give you the opportunity to really hone into these skills in very specialized areas. As I mentioned, nursing is one of our most popular courses. Our campuses have got facilities which are purposely built for nursing. They're amazing. They simulate real clinics, and the staff are incredible. So all of our staff um, are also have very many years of industry experience. And the course is obviously a very practical course. And we have seen a real growth in demand for nurses in Australia, not only in Australia. I think this is quite a global phenomenon where nursing is something that's in real demand at the moment. So this shows very general information regarding some of the admissions criteria for our nursing degree. But again, if you have any specific questions about nursing, please feel free to put them in the chat, or we can chat about that later on one-on-one if you also prefer. Just lastly, again, we've got some of the industry contacts where our students are able to do both work placements. We have projects that are done with industry. We have industry professionals who come in and do guest presentations and things of that nature. So again, these are some of the names of the companies that we're really fortunate enough to have associations with, and that our students have also done fantastic work with, whether it be for a placement or for a project. One of my favorite things about Torrens University is our student mix, and we have a real global focus. So for us, it's really important that as an international student, you do have the best experience. And one of these things that will make the experience as best as possible is having, firstly, a really diverse student cohort, so that you have a really great global perspective, but also that you are getting value for your money. And one of these things that makes it possible is having scholarships. So we do have scholarships for our students, our international students. As you can see, we have a really large range of opportunities for you. We have both regional scholarships, some are merit scholarships. At the moment, we've got an amazing scholarship for our Brisbane campus, and that's for this trimester coming up. So as you can see here, it's 30% for all nationalities for any course at the Brisbane campus, with the exception of the Bachelor of Nursing. And if you're from Latin America or Europe, you also have the 35% scholarship available to you. I said also, but I meant this is available to you. You only have one scholarship, and we will always give you the highest scholarship possible, depending on your application, obviously. But part of my role as as an employee in the international team at Torrens is to ensure that any of my students are able to get the highest scholarship possible. And my colleagues will try and do the same. We really want to ensure that your application process is as smooth as possible, and also that you're happy with the offer that you are receiving. So as you can see, this will give you an idea of what's possible with us. And again, you should also take into consideration the fact that we have a pathway with ILSC, which means that you might not have to complete a full degree because you've done some of your studies already. and are transferring through. So these are things to start considering if you're hoping to study with ILSC and then continue with us, or if you are currently studying at ILSC. But yes, take note of this slide. I think it's an important one, so maybe a little screenshot is necessary. But this information is stuff that we can send you after the presentation as well. At Torrens University, we have a trimester delivery for the majority of our courses. So as you can see here, these are our intakes, and I think it's fantastic for students because the fact that we have so many intakes during a year means that it doesn't matter when you will complete your course, it's very likely that we will have a trimester intake, a start date for you, so that you can continue with your visa without any issues, and so that you don't have too much of a break in between. As you can see here, we've got two main things. So we have the trimesters that have the asterisks and those without. Trimester 1, 2, and 3 are our main intakes. This means that a trimester will last 3 months or 12 weeks. So we have a start, our next intake will start the 14th of February. It's the first one of the year. Then we have our May intake and our September intake. These are our 3 main trimesters of the year. Then we have our B intakes. So they're the ones with the asterisks, and they are intensive intakes. So they mean that instead of having a 12-week trimester, you will have a 6-week trimester. So they're intensive, they're called intensive, or I call them intensive for a reason. But it's a really great opportunity for students who perhaps finish within that month and then don't want to or can't wait until the main intake. And you can see the term 4A there with 2 asterisks. This is our summer trimester. So as you can see, you have really many opportunities to be able to begin with us. This again might be another one of those screenshot moments. And now I'll speak to you a little bit about our pathways with ILSC. So we have 2 different options for you. If you are currently studying at ILSC and doing your English, or if you're thinking of studying with ILSC, you can see here what each level of study will lead you to. So as you can see, there's a really great opportunity for you to be able to do your EAP with ILSC and then be able to start one of our degrees. It will depend obviously on your academics experience, what you've done previously in terms of what you can transfer or pathway into, but this will give you an idea as to, you know, what your study plan can be. The way that pathways work is that if you are following one of these pathways, we will give you an offer letter, and ILSC will also give you an offer letter for the times of the different courses that you're doing with us. And at the time that you apply for your visa, you will do everything in one step. This obviously is very convenient, not only for stress levels, but also financially. So you can do that whole visa process in one go. And then the pathway or the offer letters are emitted, and our one will have a condition, and that condition will be that you successfully complete the course, the relevant course at ILSC in order to start our degree. It's a very smooth process. We're really fortunate to have been working with ILSC for some time now, and the processes that we have are quite streamlined. So the whole application process we try and make as easy as possible. But this is a really fantastic option. The English at ILSC is of a very high standard. So we know that once they've studied at ILSC, they will be really prepared to start their university level studies with us. The other option we have is for students who are doing their studies at Greystone. So as you can see here, we have pathways for certain degrees into our bachelor level courses. So here on the right, you can see the courses that you can pathway into. And those are generally for the business courses. So we can see here we've got the whole range of different Bachelor of Businesses, as well as at the bottom there you can see the Bachelor of Commerce. Our Bachelor of Commerce is the one that specializes in accounting, finance, economics. So on the left, you can see the list of courses that you would be doing at ILSC, Greystone, sorry, ILSC Greystone, and what that would mean in terms of credit. Okay, so generally 80 credit points means 1 year. Okay, so generally you would go into the second year of a Bachelor of Business. In the same way, you can see that if you choose to continue and complete an advanced diploma of business, then you would get 1.5 years into the Bachelor of Business. So it's a really fantastic opportunity. If you're already studying at Greystone, you can see here, you can continue and complete a university degree in many times the same duration that it would take to start with the bachelor. So again, amazing opportunity, and take into account that with our bachelor degrees, you would be doing your placement, your industry placement in the end of the second or the start of the third year. So you will still be able to do that having started your course with ILSC and Greystone. Coming up, we've got several opportunities for you to find out a little bit more about Torrens University. So the first one is actually today. So we have a virtual open day. This is an amazing opportunity to go onto our website. You would need to register fairly quickly, but can still do so. And this virtual open day has so many different resources for you to find out more about Torrens. So we have audio-visual content on both our campuses. You can see some student experiences, which I think is very important. We have lecturers, we have presentations, we have a full gamut of different resources there for you to find out more about who we are and what we do. And we've also got our face-to-face open days coming up. So they're scheduled to take place on the 29th of January. Some of those are, we're really hoping that we will be able to run them. Obviously, we will let you know if that's not possible closer to the dates. But at the moment, they will take place on the 29th of January. An amazing opportunity to be able to come onto campus and not only check out the campus, which is very important, but to also speak with staff. We'll have students, and you'll be able to really start seeing what you could experience as a Torrens University student. That is the end of the slides and the presentation. But I'm not sure, Vesna, if we have any questions, or if maybe you think that I should have mentioned something that we can take the opportunity and discuss now.
Yeah, that was actually fantastic. Such an insightful and informative presentation, Maria. It's great that there are so many opportunities for students to, do some industry placement and eventually find work, not just in Australia, but all over the world. I think the information you provided about the scholarships and the intake dates is highly relevant. And we are also happy to pass it on to our students as requested through our main modes of communication. We're very happy to do that. And I think in terms of the virtual open day and the other upcoming open day on the 29th of January, I sincerely hope that our students will take the opportunity to attend. It will be a fantastic opportunity to learn a lot more in addition to what you have presented today. So thank you so much, Maria. I can see there are no questions at this stage. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time. Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. Hopefully I'll be able to see you at an open day. We're really excited because obviously it's the first open day we've been able to have in a while. So please, if you come along, make sure that you say hello and we can have a chat about the information that was provided today and anything else that you guys need.
Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Bye for now.
Thank you.